Welcome back to our Regretful Parents Series on YouTube. That's where you are, baby. In case you had a coma, in case you had a concussion, you are watching YouTube. In this series, we dive into the wild, messy, and sometimes heartbreaking posts from parents who regret the gig. It's not about parent bashing, though, just a reality check before you sign a lifetime contract. I'm Erika.
And I'm Kristen.
Today we're going to be reading a timely post, I think, from the Regretful Parents subreddit. The headline is, I've been thinking a lot this week. This person wrote, I've been thinking a lot this week. ... I didn't think it would have such a profound impact on me, but Jane Goodall died this week and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Yes, she did have a kid of her own, but they didn't really consume her entire world or what she was known for. She was a pioneer for women's research. She wrote 32 books and she was the subject of over 40 films about her life and her work. I'm so thankful she didn't let motherhood get in the way of her incredibly important research and that she had the resources that most of us don't have to be able to do motherhood and, most importantly, her research. Any initial thoughts before I could carry on?
No, I will say that I'm sure a lot of people Google Jane Goodall to see if she had kids because you don't really hear about her being a mother. That's
Mm-hmm.
never mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, and I just have so many beautiful images of her locked into my brain of her being a young, beautiful woman,
With the
doing her research
chimpanzees.
in the field, and I who doesn't love this woman? Was God's gift to earth. She was
Yeah.
such a wonderful soul.
She said, I didn't expect all of us to turn out like her, but it makes me sad that I didn't at least try to make something more meaningful of my life than do the daily grind of parenting children, especially when there are so many more important things out there that I would have liked to have done and am passionate about, maybe around conservation efforts of animals, the planet, and nature. Does anyone ever feel this way? Man, love this post. What is frustrating to me, though, is that she's like, oh, this woman was a mom, but she didn't make motherhood her key part of life. And then she's like, maybe I should have done something more with my life, but never actually says, like, oh, I should go on and do more.
I had the exact same thought process. I'm like, she's basically insinuating Jane Goodall had it all. She was a
Hmm.
mother and she pursued her life passion. And yet this person, maybe she had too many kids. I mean, we don't know her circumstances. Maybe she's a
Hmm.
single mom. We know times are different. It definitely more than ever takes two people to be able to afford to raise a child
Yeah,
properly. What are the conditions that make her feel like it was doing something she's passionate about or raising her kids?
totally. I do think that's something too that Jane Goodall deserves more respect for is that like even in the time period that she lived, she still didn't let motherhood become the only thing in her life. She went on to really pursue her passions. And it's too bad she's gone now because I would have loved to have been able to ask her questions about that. But what an icon.
I just Googled how old was Jane Goodall when she had her son,
Hmm.
and she was 32 years old when she
Wow.
had her son. So I think for the time period in
Yeah.
particular, that was later in life. So I do think, that I wish we knew more about OP here, but uh
Yeah. Maybe
Jane
we'll
found
get
a
there.
way to do it all.
Yeah. Okay, so OP wrote, the daily grind of parenting and raising kids is just so monotonous. The adults told us when we were young that we could grow up and be anything we wanted to. And this is what we chose? This? I look around and there's dishes in the sink, toys everywhere, mountains of laundry needing to be washed, sport equipment that stinks, and a household of ungrateful people. I can't believe this is what I chose. I
Mhm.
could be here in this version of hell on earth I call my home, or in a forest with awesome animals.
Okay, I
I'm
mean, maybe
cute,
she's romanticizing it a little bit, but okay.
but it's fascinating, right?
It is fascinating. Also,
Uh,
what's more, animal-like than, a little kid throwing around shit in your house and making, like, a mess of the place, like, to me, it's, like, synonymous with, like, monkeys in the wild, like, children who are destroying your home versus animals that are being animalistic.
Mm. But if you think about it, like, the idea of a home being claustrophobic, it's like you can't get away from it. But, like, a forest, it's
Yeah,
open. If there's something
yeah,
stinky in your immediate vicinity, you just keep walking.
right, right, true.
It's like the difference of, like, being a prisoner versus, like, doing something that you wanna do. It's dark, dude.
Mm.
I am too exhausted now, too stressed to care about passions now. The daily grind has worn me down with no end in sight. The finances, she keeps saying worn, WORN, but writing it worn, WARN.
Mm.
They've warned. The finances have worn me down with no end in sight. So I don't really want to hear it's not too late to follow your passions and become blank. Like, who's paying for that? Who's watching my kids then while I head back to university? Literally no one. So, yeah, it really does feel too late. I hear this, but it's never too late if it's something you really want. If there's a
No,
will,
and
there's a way, baby.
100%, and, like, we don't know how old these kids are, but it sounds like they're too young that they need constant monitoring, so maybe she'll
Yeah.
feel different in 10 years.
10 years,
But could you
though.
imagine? I know. Could you imagine? I mean, I'm going back to grad school right now at 38, part-time, with no full-time job, and I feel, like, exhausted,
Yeah.
stressed. I
Yeah.
could not imagine being any
Totally.
older.
Or having children.
Mhm.
But there I don't know. It just again, if you want it, you'll do it. If you don't, you gotta
Yep.
stick in your little, prison with your little human monkeys. This week, it just feels extra heavy of all the things I wish I had done with my life, but didn't because, society fucking lied and said parenting was so great and special. Let's be real here. The average woman who is a mother can't just go live in the forest studying primates without being any negative consequences to their family as a unit. So that won't be happening. The average woman who is a mother can't even have an uninterrupted bath for 30 minutes. We're going to sit here and pretend they can waltz back into university and take whatever education they're passionate about and make a huge career change with support from their spouse if they have one, or zero support if anyone, if they don't. Yeah, okay, good one. I'm just sitting. Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. Like, why not grab your spouse by the throat instead of going back to university and you're going to figure it out, actually?
Yeah, maybe. Did she say she had a spouse? Did I miss that?
I don't think she does, but I'm just assuming.
I mean, also, who the hell has money for school? Especially if you're in America, assuming you're in America. Like, there's no. But
Mhm.
I mean, I wish it were different. I wish she, had it sounds like the support that she needs and the money that she needs to both take care of her kids and go back to school.
Yeah. She said, I'm sitting here thinking back, like, when was the moment I decided to trade in everything I was so passionate about and excited in life over to do this horrible daily grind of parenting? Did I know exactly what I would be giving up? If I didn't know, how was I so uninformed? Why didn't I think things over more carefully?
Hormones,
Hormones and
lack of
propaganda.
education. Yeah,
It's really
really.
sad.
Yeah, propaganda is probably more accurate than lack of education, right? But like shoved down our throats from the
The
minute we're
moment you're
born.
born.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok today that I had or a reel, I don't know, something, some video on the internet that I had posted to our stories where somebody it was two men speaking. It was in black and white, so it had to be a while ago. They were basically saying the reason societies need to oppress women basically is to increase the birth rate. If you look at, he was basically saying, like, point blank, if you look at societies that have low birth rates, it's because women have more satisfaction of life in other realms. And that if we let women study the sciences, study, humanities, whatever, then there will be fewer women choosing to give birth. And I was like, man, we just keep repeating this fucking timeline over and over again, don't we?
Yeah, and today I sent you an article on the child free subreddit that
Mm,
RFK Jr. says declining fertility is a national security threat.
hmm Because how can you have infinite growth if you don't force women to have more children to boost the economy?
Yep. So women, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love with men who don't think for themselves, and find child-free men. Thank you.
First comment said from a parent said you can be anything you want, has a silent ending for women. Oh, let's think about that. You can be anything you want, has a silent ending for women. As long as you give that all up to be a mother. One thing I've never really grasped well is how can we teach our daughters to be more than wives and mothers if that's all we choose to be? Fuck, dude. How do we teach our sons to support their partners to be more than just mothers if that's all we choose to be? If devoting your entire life to your children is a choice, that is fine. Choice is what women have fought for. But if it's done under the weight of expectation or obligation, that is very different. I was raised by my father from age 10 forward and was very much supported to be anything I wanted to be. I pursued a career in medicine and science. My son has always known his mother helps people not be sick. He knows I work and I have hobbies. He knows he's cared for, his needs are met, and his well being is a priority. But he also knows he is not my only priority. Maybe one day he will think I am selfish, or maybe he already does. But hopefully he'll see that women can be more than just mothers, and it will make him more supportive of all women in his life.
TLDR, raise your daughters like you raise your sons.
Yes. Woo! What a post.
What a
What a
post.
post.
What a post. Our work here
Well,
is done.
our work here is done. Raise your sons like you raise your daughters and vice fucking versa, bitches.
Well, don't raise your sons like you raise your daughters, because then they will grow up only thinking that their whole point of living is through validation of having children. So don't do that. Raise your daughters like you raise your sons.
Don't raise your sons. Put them in the wilderness. Figure it out on their own.
Good luck. Have fun. Peace.
Lord of the Flies. That book turned out well. If you like this episode, remember to like and subscribe. Oh, subscribe. We've got more coming in the Regretful Parents series. And if you need more of this chaos in your life, then we have an entire podcast about being child-free by choice. Listen to it here, wherever you find podcasts by searching Dinky. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, Substack, blah, 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 blah. If you're child-free and you're looking to make new friends, come on a trip with us. Join our Patreon. There are so many opportunities for you to join the Dinky universe of child-free madness.
Support our work and find your community through our Patreon. You get to meet other child-free people. Yay!
So go to patreon.com/dinkypod. Go to dinkypod.com/nothing. Thanks, Sing Squad. We love you.
Get your COVID booster. Get your flu booster.
Get your flu
it's time.
shot.
It's time, everybody. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Say fuck you to the man.
Spreading disease. We love vaccines.
We love vaccines. And most importantly, don't get pregnant. Love you.
Love you.